liked the way Bliss had him squeezed down in the corner there. He wanted to make sure he got a good run at the turn, and Rudiman did a good job shooting out to the front for the lead.
Mike Bliss did not get a good start, so that allows Kyle Busch in the 51 truck to get by him, as does Bobby Jr. in the 18 Fastenal Dodge.
Are we going to expect to see the Cup drivers dominate at this racetrack? I mean, we've got three of them, three full-time Cup drivers that are in the field tonight.
Well, they've been doing pretty good so far.
Yeah.
You know, they won Charlotte, and Mark's won. All the guys that are the Cup guys are tough. They're going to be hard to beat. It doesn't matter. It's just their experience and their talent level, Phil.
Yeah, and Carl Edwards is back for the first time since 2004. He's in a Roush truck. He knows how to get around this racetrack. He's a former pole sitter here, and he's won 6 races in the Truck Series. Look for him to be a threat also.
David Rudiman putting on a clinic right now as he's got 4 truck lengths between himself and Kyle Busch, working his way around this mile track.
See Mark Martin, the Scots Ford on the inside, looking to make a move on Terry Cook.
That's the view out of Rudiman's truck. That's back to Rowdy Busch with his sunglasses on. I know Kyle will be hard to beat. It'll be interesting to see if one of these truck drivers can hold off Kyle and Mark and win here on the Super Speedway.
There's a good shot of Kyle right there. You see him wearing sunglasses because if the sun sets here later on, then he can take those sunglasses off. That's what I used to do when we'd start at Charlotte. Start in the daytime and finish at night, I'd wear sunglasses. When the sun went down, I'd just take them off.
Some drivers would use pull-offs as well. Hey, side-by-side racing here. Mark Martin looks like he's going to give the position to Terry Cook.
He tried to grab it from him. He got down on the inside and pinched him down low. Mark couldn't keep his momentum going, had to roll off the gas. Almost gave Johnny Benson a chance to slip in there.
Yeah, as you mentioned, I talked to Mike Beam before the race, and he said, Mark said, if we get some long green flag runs, then we're going to be really, really good. Bobby Jr. makes the pass on Kyle Busch for the 2nd spot.
I heard Bobby Jr. say these straightaways aren't long enough for him to outrun us here. He doesn't think he thinks his motor's good enough to win at Dover. And man, it's good to see that truck up front.
And the Dodges have been struggling so far this season, and this really looks like the racetrack that they could shine.
Boy, so far there's a good battle for the 15th spot there. That's one of Bobby Jr.'s teammates on the inside, Scott Lagasse Jr., the 04. That's Bill Lester, one of Bill Davis's Toyotas, the 22 on the outside.
Bill Lester with another good qualifying effort here at the Monster Mile.
Timothy Peters, another Bobby Hamilton truck right here, the 4 truck. Got an onboard. He's right behind that group. You see it, Matt Crafton, the 88 Menard Chevrolet, and Bill Lester still hung up on the outside.
But you see, he's not just dropping like a lead balloon, Bill. He's up on the outside, but he's able to maintain. Slips in line there in front of Timothy Peters. And there's Jack Sprague looking to the inside of Peters as they race into 1.
And there's Musgrave, the 9 truck. As we heard earlier, the Germain duo really struggled in practice. They made wholesale changes this morning. They had the rear end housings out from under those trucks, changing the rear end housings. It got tied a top 10 qualifying effort. There's a battle for 4th right there. There's Rick Crawford, the Circle Bar Ford in 4th. That's Mike Bliss, the IWX Chevrolet in 5th.
So a couple trucks are able to get by him. Well, now Rick Crawford moving to the front.
Well, I can promise you, if you are tight enough to take off from the first lap and be good, you're pushing now. It goes tight that fast here at Dover. So if a guy was a little bit loose and had to be careful for the first few laps, he's liable to start coming on now as the other guys start to push out their front ends.
Michael, I'm sure you've had a car that was absolutely perfect with your Ord truck or whatever. You don't make any changes on a pit stop, then your car's going to get tight later on. This track, unlike any other, you know it's going to tighten up, and that means these trucks will start losing their front end as the laps wear on and they burn the fuel out of these trucks.
And that's what Mark was saying as we were talking earlier. He said, I think everybody will start pushing because they're driving their truck so hard. You can put so much gas to the floorboard and dive down in these corners and cut the wheel and go, but there's a price to pay for it. You start heating that right front tire up. If you're pushing, that spells trouble. Here comes a guy that didn't get a great start, but now we've run 8 or 10 laps. Bliss is on the move.
And look who's behind Rick Crawford now. The number 30 of Todd Bodine, our points leader, making his way to the front.
They desperately want to overcome that poor finish they had last week at Mansfield. Good battle right there. Terry Cook has been able to get by the 5, Mike Skinner. He's going to bring Mark Martin the 6 with him. Mark has not been able to do anything with Terry Cook yet, but they do both make their way by Mike Skinner.
Back up front, it looks like a battle for the lead. Bobby Hamilton Jr. right behind David Rudiman.
He drove right up on the back of David into 3, but David had a pretty good turn down there. Opened it up by a car length, but this is a great battle.
It's a great racetrack for Bobby Jr. too. Had a lot of success here in the Busch Series. Had a runner-up finish. Several top 5s here in the Busch Series. Always runs well here at Dover.
I want you to listen to the throttle. We get a chance to go back on board one of these trucks. They'll go down into the corner. Rudiman's off the gas right there. Now he's back on it. Listen, running wide open, but then...
you heard him pedal right there. You heard him pedal. Yeah.
That's Rowdy Busch. He knew he needed to come off the gas to make the corner. And that's what's interesting about this track. You run it You run into the corner, let off. Go across the middle wide open, let off.
That's what a lot of rookies don't understand here, Michael. When they get in trouble off the corner, it really happened in the center of the corner. But the veterans realize in the center that they got to be able to get that truck pointed in the right direction.
And we can throw another variable in today with a harder tire. They qualified almost a half a second slower than they did a year ago.
Really threw a curve for a lot of these guys in practice. They really struggle. A lot of these trucks had to make a lot of changes to their trucks because of this hard tire that Goodyear brought. But it looks like a lot of these guys haven't figured it out. Rudiman's running off with Well Jr. and then Kyle Busch. That's 3 different manufacturers running 1, 2, 3.
Let's listen to one of these trucks run a lap around here. Listen to him on the gas. Oh, now he's wide open. Did you see how long it took him to get wide open? He's in race traffic now, catching the back of the field. Dives to the inside of the Red Rocks Cafe truck of Boston Reed.
More than a feeling.
Boston Reed, more than a feeling. Red Rocks Cafe, good place to eat. My buddy Ron.
He's on it for a long time. Almost when he enters the corner, we get it here and get off the gas.
Listen to him roll out now. Oh, Rudiman really got sideways off for it. And it gives Bobby Hamilton Jr. a chance to dive to the bottom.
It's going to cost him the lead. Now he dives down in front of Kyle Busch to try to hold that second spot.
You guys talked about how this track tightens up. David Rudiman was loose right there. Ray, what's going on?
Yeah, Rick, I just wanted to let you know, I was going to tell you 3 laps ago, Rudiman was saying, I'm terrible loose, and it gets even worse when the 18 gets up behind him. Now, Bobby Hamilton Jr. has that Fastenal Dodge out front. Check this out, guys. So far in 2006, Toyota has led 49% of the laps, but Dodge has only led 1% of the laps coming in. 20 laps to date before Bobby Hamilton went out front of this race.
And you see Rudiman got really loose right here. This is Busch. You see, he's already dancing around there off 2, and Busch is right on him. When he tries to get this thing off turn 4,
and this is after he already had lost the lead to Bobby Jr. when he got real loose coming off of 4.
but you see, look at him bump there. What this does, though, Phil, he falls in behind Bliss and Busch, and that'll tighten his truck up. He was out in the front breaking the air, putting all that air on the nose of that truck. That pinned the nose down. He was able to turn good, but got too loose. If he gets back in traffic, it'll tighten it back up a little bit.
But, Michael, I like the fact that he's a little bit free right now, because I think that will bode well for him later in the race as this racetrack tightens up, and it's going to tighten up.
That's what his crew chief's telling him, and he said, but it's loose. He's got a whole new octave in his voice because he's like, it's terrible loose. Crew chief's saying, be patient, be patient. Krista, what's going down in the pit?
Well, down Carl Edwards just got on the radio and said 10-4, that's haul in the mail. The last few laps, he was the only one running sub-25 lap times. He's dropped back a little bit, but he has moved up consistently. Remember, he started 17th. He's all the way up to 11th. Caution on the track.
Scott Lagasse Jr., the 04, one of Bobby Hamilton's truck, has made some contact. As you see, he probably got in trouble off the corner, and he's going to end up against the inside wall.
Not in what these guys on these new hard tires are going to do.
You see there's Scott Lagasse, the 04, already sideways. That's off of turn number 2 there. You see the self-cleaning banks. You see all the black marks go towards the inside wall. He makes some contact. As you mentioned about the water there, that's water that was collected there on the inside of the racetrack from the earlier rain we had.
That's about as easy. Ooh, he's on the inside of another truck and had to pinch it down and just lost the truck.
He was on the inside of the 06 of Chad McCumbee. Lost air off the rear spoiler. We see that happen so many times.
Hamilton Jr. steering the Fastenal Dodge across the start-finish line as we restart.
You know, this is pretty good medicine for Bobby Sr., who's obviously fighting that battle with cancer right there. You know he's got to be smiling right now with Bobby Jr. up front.
Well, he's got his hands full now. Here comes Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch dives to the bottom, makes the move on Bobby Jr., and here comes Bliss and Rudiman, Todd Bodine. All these guys are lining up on the inside.
Again, you had mentioned 19 trucks stayed out on the racetrack this last caution.
Bobby's hung up to the outside. The Rudiman going to try to make his way by. Remember now, this is the same truck that was so loose he had to let all these guys by. Now he's fighting for position. His truck's probably coming to him a little bit.
A little bit better right now. Making a good corner here. Trying to make his move on Bobby Jr.
How do you pass? Do you get him coming off of 2 or 4, or do you get him diving into 3 or 1?
You make your ground in the middle of the turn. You hear them letting off the gas as they're exiting. You try to roll off your gas a little bit sooner and get on it before the guy in front of you and hold it down and keep it tucked to the bottom. That's how you make a pass here at Dover. The pass that you make coming off the corner starts getting into the corner with your line as you enter the turn.
What are you hearing from Kyle Busch's team, Krista?
Guys, remember, he started third. He's up to first. He is the leader. They've been waiting on the tires to come in as the pressures have gone and adjusted traffic and free up off the corner, but obviously very happy with the truck. Remember, he's running the triple this weekend, also be in the Busch race and the Cup race. He was second quick in happy hour.
Our most recent winner, Ron Hornaday Jr. in the 33. He's got his hands full. Here comes Mark Martin on the inside.
That pass was just like Michael explained. He got in the throttle early in the center of the corner. He pedaled a little bit. He got off the corner. He beat him down the straightaway. He's going to try to bring his teammate, the 50th Carl Edwards, with him.
Anytime, Phil, you're inside of one of these trucks and we hear all this playing with the throttle, that's what a driver's doing just to make the turn. So if you're another guy, that means he's on and off the gas. If you can stay on yours a little bit longer, you're going to make the pass.
There's a law of physics there somewhere that if you're on the throttle longer, you're going to run faster.
It's got to be obvious. I even knew about it.
How about the sponsor on the hood of the 33? That's a great thing to see.
Fight Cystic Fibrosis Foundation.
Ray Dunlap.
Hey, Rick, when we look back at the records a year ago at this race, Hornaday was 6th in points, just 158 out of 1st. But he comes into the race today 13th in the points, almost 300 points behind. But believe it or not, this team really has a good attitude because they got that win at Mansfield last week and a 5th place run at Charlotte. They believe they've turned it around and that things are going in a positive direction. So Hornaday, not all that terribly down about his points position.
Ray, you're exactly right. They had a lot of help from Todd Barrier, who's Kevin Harvick's crew chief on the Nextel Cup Series with Richard Turner. He actually flew up to Mansfield Friday to help that truck during practice on their practice session, and they really turned that thing around. Started at Charlotte, as you mentioned, Ray, and a great win last week at Mansfield.
Here's a cat that always runs good at Dover. Johnny Benson, he can get around this place. Talked to Skinner a little bit earlier. He said he wasn't too happy with his truck. He said it wasn't a truck to win the race. He was going to try to maximize the points, not do anything silly, take what it'd give him today.
Talked to Jeff Hensley, Skinner's crew chief, and he said, we're just not down in the racetrack. That's a term a lot of drivers and crew chiefs use when they just don't feel like they have the grip on either end of the truck like they need.
The battle at there's battles all over this racetrack. These guys are battling just outside the top 10. There's Aaron Crocker and Timothy Peters. They're fighting for about 25th.
Both of those trucks pitted on their most recent caution flag, or actually our only caution flag. Earlier, there were 2 of the trucks that pitted.
And that's the dangerous thing. If you're running 20th and you pit and you lose a couple of spots and the leaders stay out, they'll be on you in a hurry here at Dover. We saw lapping taking place there before the first caution, 15 laps into the race.
Kyle Busch doing a good job of trying to defend his race win from a year ago. He's out in front of this field, followed by Team Chevy, Mike Bliss. As far as the sun coming out, and we don't see many clouds.
What a beautiful evening. Great crowd here on hand, too.
That's Bobby Jr.'s Fastenal Dodge right there. That's the 2nd place truck, the IWX Chevrolet of Mike Bliss right in front of him.
And these guys are getting ready to drive up on lap traffic again, Phil.
Here comes Carl Edwards in that ortho number 50, right behind Rick Crawford. 2 Fords running nose to tail. Rick Crawford with a great qualifying run. He practiced very well yesterday. And now Carl Edwards all over his back bumper.
Battle for the lead. Mike Bliss looks to the inside of Kyle Busch. Not quite able to do it. They look to make it 3 wide there for just a moment. You don't want to enter these corners 3 wide for sure.
Not going to work out.
Bobby Hamilton Jr. jumps in behind Mike Bliss now, so it's 3 trucks battling for the top spot. Carl making his move now on Rick Crawford.
Ron Hornaday, you talked about the turnaround for that team. I've never seen anybody make such a drastic turnabout. That team struggled the first part of this year. A 5th and then a win in the last 2 races.
You had mentioned Todd Berry. Wally Rogers also helping out there as well.
And Wally's here calling the shots for Ron Hornaday. As you see, Moo gets a little bit sideways on the bottom of the racetrack trying to get by Rick Crawford. All but making contact all the way through that corner.
And Rick said, you can have it. It's a little early to be that excited, but Ron just dove in there and the thing got sideways. What's he saying, Ray, about the 14 cap?
Well, I just want to tell you about Crawford because Crawford hasn't said a thing on the radio yet, not talking loose or tight. But, Michael, when we look through the records, you got to say this is one of Rick Crawford's very best tracks. He's not won at this track, but, boy, when you look at his stats, he's always good here. 2nd or 3rd, Crawford is a guy that you just expect to be in the top 5 when we run at Dover.
Here's Hornaday trying to make his way around the lap truck of Boston Reed. Now Rick Crawford's going to drive down the inside and get by him. Ron Hornaday had to slow down. You see him waving at Boston Reed, saying, please give me some room.
Wow. Get out of the way.
Boston's having a little bit of trouble. He caused Hornaday a little grief there. Before that, he and Carl Edwards almost wrecked getting into 3 the lap before. So he received 1 lucky pass, but he needs to make sure he gets his stuff out of the way because he's really going slow right now.
This is such a difficult racetrack to not run well at.
You can't hide. There's nowhere to hide. The place is so fast, and when your truck isn't handling right, look at the time he's giving away. He needs to come in and work on that thing, or he'll get crashed.
Kyle Busch just running another lap under 25 seconds the last time by. Krista.
You guys want to talk about Carl Edwards. You know, Ray just mentioned that Rick Crawford is being very quiet on the radio. A lot of chatter from Edwards' camp, actually from the spotter. The spotter's trying to keep him cool and calm, keep his driver cool and calm. He's saying no pressure, no pressure. They're just trying to pick off one driver at a time. For a while there, Edwards is working on his teammate, Mark Martin. Now you see Todd Bodine in between those two Roush Fords. Carl Edwards just trying to be very patient. He just ran a quicker lap time there than Bodine, so he's going to try to pick him off next.
Bliss is looking up under Rowdy Busch, trying to get the lead away from him. They're fighting through this lap traffic field. They're all over these back markers.
Again, this race is a 200-lap race. We're coming up on about a fourth of the race as we go by for 44th lap. Mark Martin has moved up to 5th. It's still Kyle Busch, Mike Bliss, Bobby Hamilton Jr., David Rudiman, and Mark Martin, your top 5.
Got a right rear going down.
Uh-oh. Is that Rudiman? Who was that? Somebody's got a right rear going
It
down.
sounded like Rudiman saying he had a right rear going down.
Maybe it was Joey Miller. Joey's way off the pace.
We're riding with him right there. There's Mark Martin on the inside.
If the right rear's going down, he needs to pit because it'll blow out.
It's not going to get any better.
No, they usually, once they start losing air, that doesn't really slow down. That right rear tire gets a little bit squishy, gets loose, and he's beginning to wonder what's going on.
You see him wiggle right there with Todd Bodine driving up behind him. That's a tough situation. You don't want to pit because you know you're going to come out 2 laps down, but that may be a better alternative than staying out there and letting that thing go down all the way.
Well, Todd Bodine almost taking a risk on the outside of him because he has no idea that he might have a tire going down.
No, you just got to go. You got to pass him when you get to him. Todd's faster, so he's on his way. Rudiman's trying to diagnose what's going on there. Here comes Carl Edwards. Once a truck goes away like this one has, sometimes it's just, you don't know whether a tire's going flat or what's going on because it's just not up under you anymore. Makes a good corner here, drives away from Carl a little bit. I don't believe it's got a, I think that was the 12 talking because I don't see how the 17's got a flat.
Yeah, the 12 truck has made his way down pit road. That could have been the 12 radio of Joey Miller that we heard and not David Rudiman.
Yep, they're changing the tires now on the number 12 Toyota Tundra.
They just changed right sides. Stalls it from him. Here comes another battle for the lead. Mike 51 of Kyle Busch.
That IWX Chevrolet.
Watch the center of the corner here, Rick. That's where Mike Bliss has been so good. You hear Kyle Busch backing off the throttle, pedaling on the throttle. That's when Mike Bliss wants to pounce.
Lapping Kelly Sutton, Rudiman, and Todd Bodine and Carl Edwards had a heck of a time getting that all sorted out. Here comes Hornaday up to the back of Edwards.
Hornaday also trying to make his way around the 02 of Kelly Sutton.
Remember how good a truck Ron Hornaday had here last year? Looked like he really had the truck to beat and had some trouble late in the race. Trying to make some amends for that, try to get that truck in victory lane for the 2nd week in a row.
Exactly. He would love to go back-to-back as far as wins. Mansfield last week and maybe Dover this week. We'll find out if he's got the truck that can catch the 51 of Kyle Busch. Busch out in front of Bliss, Hamilton. Kyle Busch, Mike Bliss. Kyle Busch in the 51, Mike Bliss in the 16. Those two running nose to tail. Now they've separated themselves a little bit from Bobby Hamilton Jr. in that number 18.
They have about a second half on Bobby Jr.
Watch Carl. He's taking that ortho truck up on the outside of Rudiman's Toyota. See, he's already starting to look around to find another groove. I said, oh, look, Rudiman's a truck width off the bottom. Carl flung up higher than Rudiman, and they split the lapper. That's
Boston Reed. That was more than a feeling right there for Boston Reed.
Now, that wasn't just a feeling. That was reality. That was scary, I'm sure. But what happened there, because of Carl's high entry into the corner, it gave him some options leaving the corner. He was able to get the gas down, create that 3-wide situation, and get around Rudiman.
Let's take another look at what Boston Reed had to live through here.
See how high Carl is? Now he's going to say, all right, I'm going to take a left. And I believe I can squeeze. Yeah, this is going to work.
A hard left.
Oh, man. That's impressive.
Now you can see how fun that is when you. That's why I said Dover's so much fun. When you can do stuff like that. Ray, Phil, as a race car driver, when you got the situation when you're on and off the gas and you're having to work that throttle, that's when you make your money, and that's when you're having fun.
And that's driving. I mean, a lot of guys say, well, we don't like to follow everybody around at Daytona or Talladega, but here, you guys are working.
All the time, and that's what's fun to a driver. That's what's challenging. You run a place like this or Bristol or something like that where you really make a difference. That's what a driver likes.
I'm liking seeing Bliss keeping up with Rowdy Bush and that cat there, Bobby Jr. He's 4th place, and he's right with them too. So Mark Martin just passed him, but I'm liking seeing these truck guys up there fighting with these Cup regulars, you know?
Most definitely. A guy who's not having such a great day, Dennis Setzer in that number 85 Chevrolet.
Looks like Dennis is having some sort of a problem. He was pretty good early on, but seems to be backing up now. He's already a lap down. Krista, what's going on with Dennis?
Guys, Dennis talking on the radio that he said it doesn't feel like it has any camber in the corner. He actually said it's the craziest thing he's ever seen, that at any moment it feels like his truck could hit the wall. He's trying to keep it underneath him. Remember, this is Dennis Setzer's 200 career start. They had been improving over the last few races, finishing 7th the past 2 weeks. Right now, it doesn't look like he's going to have that kind of outcome today unless they can figure out the handling on this truck on the next stop.
Dennis getting put a lap down, or actually trucks going by him. That's Rick Crawford in the number 14 about to go by him.
Great battle right here. That's Eric Darnell, the 99 truck. Here's a side-by-side battle. Carl Edwards, Todd Bodine. That's a battle for the 5th spot right there.
If you want your grass taken care of, you can probably just call Roush Racing.
I think they've got it covered with Scotts
and Ortho. They're going to hook you up.
Yeah, not only fertilizer, but weed control. I mean, they do have it figured out.
Just tell us what you need, and we will let you know. And if you don't like your neighbors, let us know, and we'll protect you.
To the National Guard, one of their cup sponsors.
Yeah, if somebody's messing with you, they'll call in the National Guard. Hey, guys, in a minute, like 10 laps, this whole pit strategy thing's fixing to rear its head. We got 19-some trucks that stayed on the track, 10 or 12 good trucks that are still on the track with more gas. This could be a factor.
But they can go to approximately lap 100?
Lap 90, roughly.
90?
Roughly. I'm going to say they'll start coming around 80, 85.
Yeah, because we had 3 pace laps too, so they have to add that into the equation.
And the caution laps that we had for our first caution, but we're on lap 61, so they've got a little bit of a cushion, but like you said,
it's tightening up.
Yeah, exactly. It's closing down that window that they were hoping for.
You poll those crew chiefs on pit road and say, would you like to see a caution right now? The answer would be yes.
Absolutely.
The amazing thing is there are drivers out there that have never had a green flag pit stop in their careers. I mean, there's guys out there that would be going, wait a second, I don't know what to do.
You know why that is? Because they run into each other all the time, and the caution's always out when they need to pit.
And Michael, is this not one of the most difficult pit roads to get on, especially under green flag conditions? You're running in the corner, turn number 3 at about 165 miles an hour. Then you've got to slow down in a very, very small space to about 45 miles an hour when you enter pit road here, and you have to be stopped or you'll be penalized for speeding.
And right there, Phil, you can see how tight it is getting on pit road. And I promise you, if we do green flag stops, somebody will miss that pit road, and it might be a veteran. That's how difficult it is. These guys that don't know how to pit here, they'll have a bit of a break.
How about this? A caution has come out. We're hearing from NASCAR, debris on the track.
There's about 30 crew chiefs right now breathing a sigh of relief because of this caution flag.
Are they yelling, throw something out of the truck? Well, Kyle Busch knows how to win at this racetrack in a truck. He did it a year ago. Let's see if he can hold off Mark Martin for win number 2 at Dover in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series.
Saw the 16 of Mike Bliss a little bit slow on this restart. Look, Mark's got about 6-8 truck links right now on Mike Bliss. Mike said 2 restarts that were a little bit off.
Speaking of a little bit off, one of the teams that got hurt on pit road that time was Bobby Jr.'s team. He was running 4th and comes out 7th.
He'll have to work, as you had mentioned earlier, around this racetrack, try to work his way around that 22 of Bill Lestry. Goes to the preferred line on the inside.
Yeah, Bill moved over, gave us the room. Bill's one of the lap trucks right now. Gentlemanly move right there to give Bobby Jr. the room on the bottom.
Another team that had a horrific stop was Carl Edwards. He's been passing people all day, and he's going to have to pass some more.
I asked those guys down there, I said, are you going to use one of the Cup teams by Roush? He said, no, we look at this truck series as a training ground. We're going to have all our truck guys, the 3rd team for Roush, the 50 team, do these pit stops today. So we may get hurt a little bit, but they're going to learn.
They're also going to get to see Carl pass a lot of trucks because
He'd be a part of a pretty good team.
and that's the way you learn too, by under fire. You know, these guys are down there on pit road. They've got the skills to do the job, obviously, or they wouldn't be there. And until that truck comes at you for the first time in real time with the cameras watching and the fans there, man, it's a tough job.
Dennis continues to have a tough day. We saw a bit of a wiggle right there. He's a lap down truck. He had to move over to give these guys that are racing on the lead lap. Rick Crawford, the 14. Terry Cook in the 10. There's Carl, the 50 truck. Chad McCumbee, the 06.
That just doesn't sound right, does it? Dennis Setzer's a lap truck.
Or it sure doesn't.
They've had a...
Past 3 years for Dennis Setzer, he was second in the points. So
Yeah.
normally a great team there.
Sometimes you just can't understand how it falls off. Listen to Rudiman work his gas. See how he's gaining on him there, Phil? Now he's wide open. He made a good corner. Let's listen to him as he dives down into turn one, what he's able to do with this throttle. He's off. Back on it. Back off. Now then. That's what these guys do for 200 laps.
It looks as though when it went into the corner, it looked like Todd pulled away from him. But like you said,
Watch
he
the
made up
center.
so much ground in the center of the corner.
He did the exact same thing that time, Rick. He was so good through the center of the corner. The problem is Todd's right on the bottom where he needs to be.
And that's the reason why you saw Carl Edwards swing up high on Rudiman, because he swung up high, shot through the middle good, and it gave him an angle. Let him dive to the bottom and pass on the low side.
Dennis Setzer still backing up in that number 85 Chevrolet. Krista, what's going on with him?
Guys, more problem for Dennis Setzer. You talk about adjustments. Listen to the things they did on that truck when they stopped on lap 51. A rubber in the right rear, an air pressure adjustment, 4 rounds on the track bar. Oh, and 4 tires of fuel. He's complaining of it being tight and shattering. Dennis Setzer trying to figure out what's going on with this truck.
See Bobby Jr. on the left of our screen right there getting by the 17 of David Rudiman. Ray, what's going on with Bobby Jr. in that Fastenal Dodge?
Well, Phil, they were really tight in the center, and then he's a little bit loose off. Like I said, all these drivers talking that it's different parts of the racetrack, the truck's doing different things. But they decided they wanted to take a rubber out of the right rear, and that's why his pit stop was just a little bit slower. That's why Hamilton lost a couple spots down here during the pit.
Back up into the top 5 is Bobby Jr., though, making that ground back.
Here we go, the top 3 trucks. 1, 2, 3. Kyle Busch in the number 51, Mark Martin in the 6, and Mike Bliss in the 16.
This is a great battle. You got the young Cup guy, the older Cup guy, and the truck guy all wanting to win this race, and look like they're pretty evenly matched. Here comes Mark Martin.
A little wiggle by Kyle Busch off the corner. That allowed Mark to get right up beside him. He's going to beat him down into turn number 1.
Mark Martin takes over the top spot. Here comes Mike Bliss. Bliss following Mark Martin, and they will take away second from Kyle Busch.
Great battle right here. You know, Mike Bliss stayed in contact with our lead early on in the race before his first pit stop. He lost a spot on pit road, but now he gained it back on the racetrack.
Battle for the top spot being won by Mark Martin as they go past the start-finish line. And now, can Mike Bliss stay with Mark Martin? Michael, you mentioned it. He was just waiting it out, waiting for the perfect time, and now he's taken away the top spot.
Look at the left front corner of the 16 truck of Mike Bliss. He has worn out the splitter. See how he drops down the apron? He's worn out the splitter. You can see that little gap there, that little dark gap.
We're hearing a black flag on Bill Lester. Oh, we see the hood pin flapping. And so the black flag will come out for Bill Lester. He'll have to come down pit road and have that pin put back in.
Here comes Bobby Jr. continuing to march up through the top 5. Is into 4th now. That's where he pitted from. So he lost a couple of spots, but he's quickly got them back. And if they made that adjustment on pit road, that might have drastically affected the way this thing's handling. He might be ready to go now.
That's what I like to see after a pit stop, because all these crew chiefs get together and they determine what kind of changes to make. A lot of them help their trucks. It looks like Bobby Jr. is really good right now. Obviously, Mark Martin already in the lead. We know he's got a good truck. There's Kyle on the outside of the racetrack going by a lap truck of the 08. He's going to bring Bobby Jr. with him in the 18 truck.
Now remember, Mark Martin out in front. He can't run away with this. We're only completed 81 laps. He will have to come in and stop again. And so there's a lot of pressure still on his pit crew, as well as Mark making sure he can stay out in front of some hard-charging cars like Mike Bliss and Kyle Busch.
Well, you have to keep up with the track too, Rick. We're racing into darkness here. This track is going to tighten up for Mark Martin. This is a concrete track. People say concrete tracks don't really change that much. This one does because it's got so much rubber fill built up on it. You can see the corners are basically black. And when the sun comes off those black corners, you get more grip. And when you get more grip, it usually starts to push the front end.
Mark Martin's truck may be exactly perfect right now, but it will get tighter as this race wears on. He will have to adjust for this racetrack.
Coming up on the halfway point, Mark, truck driver, cup driver. Out in front, your top three, Mark Martin, Mike Bliss, and Kyle Busch.
Every one of your top 5 drivers, Rick, you know, you make so much out of what about a cup driver coming to race. All 5 of your top 5 drivers have cup experience and have been competitive on the cup level. Bliss and Hamilton Jr. are truck drivers full time now, but they also have some cup experience, and that's what it is all about. These guys that are good enough to get cup rides and race at the cup level, you put them in a good truck, they're going to be pretty hard to beat.
Side by side, David Starr in the 11 on the inside of Aaron Crocker.
David's in the 13th position. There's the 9 of Ted Musgrave. He's consistently working his way towards the front. There's a battle for right there for the 5th position. David Rudem in the 17 truck. His truck was so loose early in this race. The track's tightened up. They've adjusted on that truck. He's moved his way back into the top 5.
Rudeman taking away 5th from Todd Bodine. Todd Bodine, our points leader.
Rudeman's 3rd in the points, 106 back. So it's interesting to follow this battle. That little chink in the armor last week at Mansfield gave everybody a little bit of hope. These guys are running away with the thing.
And that's what it was, really a breath of fresh air for a lot of these drivers, thinking, well, Germain Racing is a team that can falter. I mean, they can have a problem, so we got to keep going because there's 25 races in a season, and one does not win the race.
Check out Skinner. You know, we talked about being able to run high and run low. Watch him as he goes down into turn 1. Takes it right to the bottom. Looks pretty normal. Kind of flares up. Off the corner. Angles it back down. Like I said, gets a good run off the corner. Now watch where he goes when he gets to 3. And it isn't because he's passing a truck. He's been up there. Way up there. That's what these drivers love about this track. He said he didn't like his truck. He said he didn't think his truck was sticking in the road. He decided he better try to find somewhere else where it might stick. And that's what a great driver does. A great driver says, my truck won't handle, and he goes and moves around and finds a place, Krista, where it will handle. And it looks like Mike's doing just that. He's driving the heck out of it, too. It's sideways every corner.
Yeah, Michael, he's taking that line you like, a nice high groove. We complained on that last stop that they were loose everywhere, so they did tighten it up just a bit. He is very good on the long run. So Mike Skinner very happy that it's green, but yeah, he likes the Mikey Waltrip high line here at Dover.
Just stuck his hand out the window too there, it looked like.
That was kind of a thank you there for letting somebody get by him, but I think that could be good for his truck. If he's a little bit free right now as this race wears on, that could be a good situation for him. As you see, Carl Edwards going to drive to the bottom of the racetrack. Remember, he's trying to overcome a little extra time on pit road. He takes over the 9th position from Mike Skinner. Hey, Ray, we showed that 16 truck in the front balance, how he's beating it off. What are they saying about it?
Well, Phil, you know, we look at the trucks after the race is over, and most of these guys actually have this entire bottom of the splitter worn all the way off. Now, you want to start with about 3 inches of plastic right here on the front fascia, but you wear that all the way down because you want this nose dragging right on the front of the racetrack. Now, here's the upper part of the bumper, and this is what we call the splitter. The difference between the bottom plate and the upper one's about 6.5. Well, guess what? Next year, it's going to be about 8 inches between there. NASCAR wants to drop this lower shelf down another 1.5 inches. And you know what that means? That means the engineers have to go back to work because they still want this thing to squat down on the ground as much as they can, but another 1.5 inches they're going to have to work with.
And that's going to be pretty expensive for them to re-engineer these trucks with the springs and the shocks to try to accommodate that extra 1.5 inches.
Well, I think what needs to happen is NASCAR just needs to make a spring rule. They need to identify a spring manufacturer and have them put springs on the truck that are all the same. These teams are spending thousands and thousands of dollars on different coil springs to make sure that wherever that splitter wants to ride, they can get it to ride there. And you can do it with not only rates of the spring, but the way the springs coil bind, the way they travel. So this is an area that's getting out of control, and I'd like to see somebody, NASCAR, take a stance on it.
Our front springs used to cost about $50 or $60.
Right.
Now they cost $1,500 because of Michael said all the things that they try to do with the front springs to get these trucks right down on the ground.
Preach it, Phil. That's exactly right.
Well, we don't know if they're going to make any changes right away, but we do know that Mark Martin and Mike Bliss are pulling away from the field.
Well, they're bringing Rowdy Bush with them too. These cats they can't hardly shake away from anybody. I think this race is just too early to call.
Great battle right there. Johnny Benson, Ron Hornaday have joined that battle with Todd Bodine and David Rudiman. There's our lead right there. That's the 6. Scott's Ford of Mark Martin in the lead going in turn number 3. That's the 16, the IWX Chevrolet of Mike Bliss. There's the 15. That's actually the teammate to Kyle Busch right there, the 15 of Kyle Krisaloff. He's going to look all the way back. Yeah, he's about 3 seconds back now, Kyle Busch is.
They shook him a little bit. Rudiman's catching up with Hamilton Jr., so pretty good battles all throughout the field, as we expected, Dover. These guys running all over the place.
There's a 75. Eric Almirola just went out of your screen. Coach, trouble.
Oh!
Problems right past on the backstretch, right underneath the tower that they just went under. That's Craig Kinzer.
That can't come into your living room if you're sitting at home. I bet you had to jump up off the couch.
Lucky not to get into the wall.
See if we can take a look at it. See him coming off turn number 2. He just got a little bit wide, got a little bit sideways. I know that white truck right there says thank you for going back to the inside. Looked like the 07 right there.
Look out, Turtle. That's our cameraman right here. And it is coming right at him.
Wow. Just barely makes a little contact, but right underneath him.
I bet you.
Flies. Timothy Peters tucks in behind his teammate, Bobby Hamilton Jr. They are running 4th and 5th right now.
Remember, this is the site of Timothy Peters' best career finish. He finished 6th in this race last year, his best finish in his Truck Series career. So this is one of his best racetracks. We'll see what he can do with the same tires that he had on earlier.
Look at Carl Edwards on the bottom. He took them 3 wide, went around Chad McCumbee. Now he's going to slide up the hill, see if he wants to go around the outside this time.
He's going to pass them where they ain't, just like we were talking about earlier.
That's what it's all about, and that's what Dover offers you the ability to do. Got all kinds of stuff going on. There's Bliss and Rudiman arguing over space. Carl's just cutting right through the field. Now
there they go. That's for the lead. Kyle Busch takes it away from Mark Martin.
And now Bobby Jr.'s trying to get under Todd for 3rd.
And does. You can see him right at the very top of your screen. Bobby Jr. takes over that 3rd spot from Todd Bodine.
I'm getting tired.
We're only
just past halfway, Michael. Pace yourself, buddy.
Wow.
Pace yourself.
Todd about lost his truck. No wonder Rudiman got by him. He looks like he might be real loose, Phil.
Having to chase that truck up the hill. They're using a lot of racetrack. He's right down to the bottom. Let's see if he can keep it down there. No, he slides up a little bit in the center. Not as bad this corner as it was the previous one. Let's take a look back at a lap ago. Watch Todd Bodine as he just lost his position to Bobby Jr. Let's see him drive down in turn number 1 here.
Look at that thing.
He gets loose, he wiggles, he has to use the racetrack to chase that truck up the hill.
This is what Bobby Jr. saw in his rearview mirror.
If he'd have been looking.
Saw Todd get loose as he entered the corner, had to use a lot of racetrack to chase it up the hill. The nice thing about Dover, he has that room to do that here.
The crazy thing about Dover is, like we spoke earlier about Boston Reed, when your truck's off, that can happen so fast, and you simply can't catch up with it. Todd, his truck's normally good. It just got a little bit loose on him. And did you see what it almost cost? That's how on the edge these guys and girls are out there on this track.
Todd Bodine, our points leader, coming into this race, trying to redeem himself from a subpar performance a week ago at Mansfield, currently running in the 4th position.
Had a little pit strategy there that didn't work. All the trucks that finished up front pitted real early in that race and ran a lot of laps on their tires. Todd and his teammate Ted ended up pitting about halfway. They were only able to get back to 15th or 16th. Cost them a lot of points. They still won 2, but they could have been 30, 40 points ahead of that.
I talked to Joey Miller, got his first top 5 finish up there at Mansfield, and his team was saying they were contemplating pitting as early as lap 15 or 20. They thought that's all they needed to go in order to finish that race. Johnny Allen said, we're gonna gamble. We're not doing real well this year. We're gonna gamble. Got a top 5 finish out of it. Here comes Carl Edwards on the outside of these guys.
That's Ted Musgrave, the Team ASE Toyota on the outside. Terry Cook, the 10 Power Stroke Diesel. That's 10th through 14th right there. There's a 60 Conway truck on the outside, Jack Sprague, and here comes Carl. Remember, Good battle right there. Mike Bliss takes over the 5th spot from Timothy Peters. But remember, Carl restarted this race all the way at the very back of the pack, and he's all the way up into the top 15 right now.
And what he's hoping for is a whole lot of green flag racing between now and the checker, because he can make it to the finish. I don't think that he will stay out on those tires, though, if the caution flies with 30 or 40 to go. What do you think, Bill?
I don't think he will. I think, but if it goes green all the way, he knows. I think he's going to try to make it, because that truck is not racing for points right now. The 99 of Eric Darnell and the 6th of Mark Martin are racing for owner points and Eric driver points. That 50 truck really has nothing to lose. They would love to get a win.
We've been seeing Terry Cook wiggling quite a bit coming out of the turns. Is he getting into a loose condition right now that he's fighting?
Oh, you never know, man. You never know if a guy's pushing so bad, Rick. You know, he's got to turn so. You saw Ray earlier in the show cutting that thing. When you cut it real hard to the left and go a little ways, you better start cutting it to the right, or it'll get loose with you from the push that it has.
Yeah, that front wheels, they're probably going to grab at some point, and when you do, it's going to kick the back end out. You got to be ready for that.
Back in front of the pack, Kyle Busch out in front of Mark Martin, Bobby Hamilton Jr., Todd Bodine, and Mike Bliss. Can one of the truck regulars top the Cup guys? Was the 18 that Chad Chapman was driving. Now Bobby Hamilton Jr. in the Fastenal Dodge. And again, Bobby Hamilton Sr. stepping out of that truck. Bobby Hamilton Jr. stepping into it after the 3rd race we had this year.
And Bobby Jr. has his best race of the year going right there. There's a good view of Bobby. You see him working that steering wheel through the corner there. A driver is never still here, because when you go down the straightaway, because of the banks, you always have a little tug in the wheel. You never relax here at Dover.
You see what Bobby Jr. is doing here. Look at him work that wheel back and forth. That's because he doesn't really know for sure which end's going to go first. He knows one end's going to slip. He wants to be ready for whichever it is. Ray, what's going on?
Hey guys, you know, I think it's very interesting when we look at the differences between some of these teams. A team like Mike Bliss, for example, where they have 7 or 8 or 9 different race trucks, but Bobby Hamilton Jr. and his crew chief Danny Rollins are using 3 different trucks for the entire season this year. This is one of them, number 33. Bobby's run it a couple times already this year, and they have another chassis they really like called Slim Shady. But the 18 truck relying on just a couple of vehicles, and that way they feel like they can make them really good, and hopefully they don't get tore up.
Well, we're told too that Bobby Hamilton Sr. has been in the garage and in the shop pretty much as he can. I know that he's going through some treatments right now. Those are supposed to be getting over, I believe, this next week. And so Bobby Hamilton looking forward to getting back to the racetrack and getting back to the team that he supports so adamantly as far as these drivers out on the racetrack.
Well, and let me tell you, that team will run better because Bobby Hamilton's a smart man. He knows about race cars. He's been building them his whole life. This team will perform better with Bobby Hamilton back home at the shop, making sure that he understands the full scope of what's going on. So Bobby's running good today. Bobby Jr. on the track's running good today. That's a result of his dad being back home, checking out what's going on at the shop.
I'll tell you guys, that 16 truck is on the move again. There's Mike Bliss, the IWX Chevrolet. He had such a good center of the corner down there the last time in 3 and 4. He gained so much momentum, he just pulled to the inside of Todd. Todd moved over and let him go and takes the spot.
Guys, take a look at that hood pin.
Uh-oh, got a
He has the hood pin out. That's Kyle Busch in the 51. That could be very bad for that team.
See, I don't think that should be worthy of being black flagged. If you have a couple hood pins out, then maybe so. But 1 out of 4 hood pins, you can see it dangling right there. I don't think that's enough to pull that truck off the racetrack, especially out of the lead. 3rd place, here comes Mike Bliss. He's continuing to march towards the front. He's going to bring the 30 of Todd Bodine with him. Bobby Jr., the 18, back to 5th.
Now remember, as we talked about Kyle Busch and that hood pin, earlier in this race they flagged Bill Lester for the same thing.
Did he
so they
have
got to be
one or 2
consistent.
out?
He had one.
He had 1 out. Yeah, then, I mean, you're right. They have to be consistent. It shouldn't matter whether he's leading or running 32nd.
My only argument to that, Phil, is these hoods on these trucks are so massive. And if that left front corner starts peaking up and air gets under it, it could rip that thing off the truck. So that's a tough call. Like you said, it probably wouldn't happen, but it might. And I think NASCAR has to be, more than anything, they have to decide if it was indeed one hood pin that was out of Bill, then they've got a black flag Kyle. But That's a tough call.
As you could see right there, you could see the hood lines right there. The hood was not coming up at all on that 51 truck, so that may be something that they're looking. I was thinking that Bill Lester had, when I saw the video, had 2 hood pins out, and that could be a dangerous situation, more so than obviously the 51 of Kyle Busch with 1 hood pin out.
If that's the case, then obviously that's why we haven't seen the black flag.
Well,
I've
been watching the officials on the flag stand, and they're studying it. They're aware of the fact that that 1 is out, and I agree. I hope he doesn't get black flag for that, and I hope it was 2 that was on Bill's is the reason why they decided to black flag him. But in their defense, if they deem it to be a safety risk, then they got to react to it.
And meanwhile, Carl Edwards, the 50 truck, takes over the 9th spot from Timothy Peters. He's on the move.
Carl Edwards in the ortho number 50 Ford moving toward the front. Can he catch Kyle Busch and Mark Martin? We'll find out when we come back. Busch, and so he will receive a black flag is what we're hearing from NASCAR. They wanted to take a closer look. We had our cameraman focus in on it. He does have 1 hood pin on the inside that is not attached, and they will show him the black flag.
He just went by the start finish line. They did not post the 51 number on their little clock down there, nor did they give him the black flag. We'll watch him, see if they do it. They do have the 51 now on the flag stand. They will be shown his number, and he will get the black flag. What a horrible break right here.
Maybe not, Bill. Everybody's got to stop for gas anyway, except for Carl Edwards. If this thing stays green, if
said stay digging.
Keep digging till you come to pit road, I hope he meant. But if everything cycles through, he could still wind up being the leader of this race.
How long does he have to heed to the black flag?
The rule is as soon as they think you've had reasonable time to acknowledge it.
There's the 51 right there posted. There's a black flag. That's the 2nd time he has received the black flag. They used to, Dennis Setzer wiggles big time there. Matt Craft on the 88 truck gets by. What a horrible day it's been for Dennis Setzer and his team. Let's see if we can watch Dennis, what Dennis had a handful of right here. You see that's the 15 of Kyle Krisloff on the outside. He drives to the, ooh, he made some wow,
what a save.
What a save by Dennis Setzer. Normally when you get trucks that far out of shape right there, they're going to back into the outside wall. Good, veteran move by Dennis to save that truck.
If I had Kyle Busch's history and the trouble he's been in, when I got black flagged, I believe I dived to pit road. If he comes back around to the start-finish line this time without stopping, they will put the black flag with a white cross on. No, he's going to stop. He's going to stop.
He's turning down pit road, so he will stop this time.
Let's see, but got to make sure he doesn't speed now. It would be so easy to speed on pit road in this situation.
The one thing that can save him is just what you mentioned, Michael, if we stay green and everyone else has to come in and pit. Mark Martin still out in front. We have to watch as Mark Martin works around here if he will get out in front of Mark Martin.
I'm surprised they didn't put gas in that truck, Phil. They just put the hood pin in. I believe I'd have gassed it up, and then he'd been all set.
Then he'd be all set to go to the finish here. That was an unfortunate situation. I don't know why he did that. You see, there goes Mark Martin. That's going to put him 1 lap down. Remember, we still have the lucky dog. He still has an opportunity to get that, so we know he's got a great truck. He's not out of contention for this win at all, because everyone on the racetrack, with a possible exception of Carl Edwards, is going to have to stop. But if he didn't put any gas on that truck, he's probably going to have to stop again, Michael.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I watched to see what adjustments they made when they did pit, and nothing went in the back of the truck.
Well, but like you said, he can get that lucky dog, which would mean if he does get the lucky dog back on the lead lap, gets fuel, he'll be on the lead lap and be able to race it.
But he's got to get a caution flag to get the lucky dog.
And plus, guys, Mark Martin is lapping trucks every lap. He's put Steve Hart down a lap. He's put Kevin LePage down a lap. Kyle Busch is the 3rd guy in line to get that free pass. So it'll only get more and more difficult as Mark Martin closes in on the back of some of these other lead lap trucks that are falling into his clutches.
And Kyle's a full straightaway behind Mark Martin. So there, more than likely there will be lap trucks in between Mark Martin and Kyle when the caution flag comes out. He may need 2 cautions right now. The caution that will allow him to catch up, and then the next caution that would allow him to get the lucky dog if he stays there. There's Ted Musgrave right there. We haven't seen that happen this year for him to go a lap down. He's the next truck in Mark Martin's sights.
Our defending series champion, Ted Musgrave, who's run so strong prior to Mansfield, had never finished out of the top 5, now being threatened to be a lap down.
Yeah, Ted Musgrave is one guy that would love to see Kyle Busch catch a caution flag right now, because that would save him a lap. It won't be a matter of 2 or 3 laps before Mark catches Ted Musgrave and puts him a lap down. Then Ted needs to stay with Mark Martin if he can, so he can be eligible for the lucky dog. But remember, all of this is predicated on us getting another caution flag. This race has a little bit of a green flag look to it, doesn't it, Michael?
It's feeling very green flaggish, but you never know when a piece of debris will fall off one of these trucks. And plus, the weather is kind of closing in too, Phil. We started out with sunshine. Now it's getting all hazy and cloudy. A whole lot of things have got to happen for Kyle Busch to get that lap back. I mean, it would have to be a miracle to get it back at this point.
Mike Beam talking to his driver and crew, Ray Dunlap.
Hey guys, let's talk fuel mileage a little bit. Phil hit on it a little while ago. These guys pitted at lap 100. Now most of these guys are expecting to get 8 or 10 laps of caution in this race. Many of these guys plan to stay out. 7 or 8 of the guys on my end of pit road don't plan to pit again. But if we stay green for another 30 laps, I think that strategy might get completely different. Krista?
Well, I asked the 51 crew the question everyone at home is asking when we came in for that black flag penalty. Why didn't you put fuel in the truck? They said they have to come back in regardless because the tires are falling off more than they thought. So they need to pit no matter what. The 51 is planning on coming back in. So that being said, what does that do to Carl Edwards and the 50? Remember, they topped off. They were the last ones to come in putting a splash of fuel in. They've got the fuel to go the distance, but will they have the handling on the truck and will the tires hold up?
From what I've seen, I think these tires will go 100 laps, Michael.
No, I agree wholeheartedly, Phil, but I know the gas won't. There's no way these trucks will go 100 laps.
But Carl Edwards has to run 98 laps. He pitted on lap 102, so he has to run 98 miles. I'm not sure he can do that without the benefit of a few caution laps.
I don't think it would be advisable to do it anyway. He's currently running 4th. He could come in right behind the other 3 in front of him and then race them for the win.
Good point, Rick.
We'll go away. We'll be right back to Dover after this. Has been out front a couple different times. He's led 100 laps.
Mike Bliss, the 16 truck, still in the 2nd spot. There's Carl Edwards. Remember, he topped off on the caution flag. He stopped on lap 102, restarted from the very back of the pack. He's already made his way up the
in
course.
the center, and it stays tied off.
That's Carl right there. He said his truck is tight in the center of the corner right there, and then yet it stays tight all the way off the corner. It's not slowing him down much.
I was going to say, in the meantime, he's driving up on the back bumper of Todd Bodine. And newsflash, big deal, newsflash, Todd Bodine's 3rd. I mean, he, every week.
Yeah.
Watch Edwards. It's pushing, it's pushing, it's pushing. Remember what I told you earlier, Phil? It's pushing, it's pushing.
And then he gets sideways.
It's loose.
He's tight in the center, tied up all the way off the corner, and he gets sideways off the corner.
That's because he had so much wheel cranked into it, he couldn't get the thing to turn. He left his foot on the floorboard, just added more wheel. Eventually, something's got to give.
Well, there goes Carl Edwards around the 30 of Todd Bodine. And so Edwards picking him off one by one. He's moved into 3rd.
There's the 9 truck. Up going into turn 3. Did you see him? That's who Kyle Busch has got his eyes on. He wants to catch the 9, but he needs to catch the 9 before the 6 catches the 88.
That's right. Right there, that's the 9 truck. That's the one that Kyle Busch has to get. As you mentioned, though, Matt Crafton, the 88 truck, is the next one on Mark Martin's hit list. If he gets by the 88, then Kyle Busch is going to have to get up there and try to get by the 88. He's got to be the highest placed truck, not in the lead lap, to get the lucky dog.
I believe Kyle will get Ted before Mark gets Matt, but then it'll be shortly after that Mark will get Matt. I play this game every week. When you go a lap down, you're racing your rear end off, and you're trying to figure out if you're the guy or if the guy ahead of you is the guy, and if you are the guy, when are you not going to be the guy?
Right.
This is something that is very, very, very frustrating to be a part of when it doesn't work. Here comes the 9 going behind 51. So now the Aaron's lucky dog would be Kyle Busch.
If a caution comes out.
Yeah, and if
He's got to pray for a caution right now, because if it doesn't come out, he's in trouble.
No, you don't pray for cautions because it'll be you.
That's right. And remember, in the last 10 laps of the race, there's no lucky dog. So Kyle Busch needs a caution right away, because Matt Crafton is only about 1.5 seconds, maybe 2 seconds ahead of Mark Martin, and that would be the next truck that Mark will put 1 lap down. So he would be eligible for the Lucky Dog.
That's right. Kyle Busch led 85 laps of this race. Mark Martin has led 47 laps of this race. And so Kyle Busch has been a dominant truck until the hood pin comes out, and he has to come down pit road to get that fixed. That's how he relinquished the lead to Mark Martin.
Carl Edwards has a great truck right now. He's about 4 seconds behind his teammate Mark Martin in the 6 truck.
But he came from the back. I mean,
all the way from the back.
All the way from the back. So that truck's very fast. I think 94, 95 green flag laps would be a stretch still. I don't see 98 working.
No, I don't think it's going to work either, because that's way out of the window of what most of the teams said they felt like that their trucks would run. But remember, they've got a good fuel mileage run during the race, and sometimes it's really hard to get a good fuel mileage check during practice because you have so many ins and outs. So many times you drive in the garage area, so many times you drive out of the garage area. So they always wait for that first run.
Oh, we
during
got
the race.
trouble in the front straightaway.
That's Kelly Sutton sliding across the start-finish line, hit the front of that truck hard.
Guess who the lucky dog is?
The lucky dog is going to be Kyle Busch.
Going to be Kyle Busch. Going to be right back in this thing. And see Kelly moving around there.
James sees. Look at him turn around. He's got his head turned. Uh-oh, wait a second. He turns back around. Whoa! That truck just went flying by. We're being told NASCAR was having him look for debris down in the turn 1 area. And all while that was taking place, Kelly Sutton comes sliding out of turn number 4. Chris Kubota.
All right, guys.
These trucks.
David Rudiman crosses the start-finish line out in front of the field. Mark Martin all over his back bumper as they go into turn 1.
Remember, only 2 tires on David Rudiman. We saw Timothy Peters change no tires on the most recent caution flag when they all pitted.
Here goes Mark Martin on the inside of David Rudiman. He's going to try to make the pass on lap, or the restart, our first start, lap 164. Coming through turn 4, it's Mark Martin back out in front.
You see Johnny Benson looks to the inside of the 16 of Mike Bliss. He's going to take over the 4th position. Here comes Johnny Benson.
When I'm at Dover, I don't bet against Johnny Benson. He knows this track, and he's got a fast truck. He's up to 4th. He could be a guy that could win his first truck race today.
Johnny Benson looking for the truck race to complete the trifecta. He's won in the Busch Series. He's won in the Cup Series. Yet to win in the Truck Series. Ray Dunlap.
Hey, when you look at his Dover records, Michael's absolutely right. In 1994, he won a Busch race here, and he's run 15 Cup races with a 2nd place finish. So you're right, Dover is JB's kind of racetrack.
He's all over Todd Bodine right now, Ray. He's looking at trying to move up to the 3rd spot. Rudiman has rebounded from kind of a slow start to put a little bit of heat on Mark Martin.
What I started to say, when Timothy Peters changed no tires, he actually ran his fastest lap of the race a few laps after that. So just because David Rudiman only changed 2 tires, he had the fastest lap this lap. So David Rudiman is in contention for the win.
He picked up a 1/10 of a second on the leader right there. Drove up on Mark Martin 2 or 3 car lengths, and they're driving away from 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Todd Bodine running 3rd. You mentioned Johnny Benson with the Busch win here in 94. Well, Todd Bodine's won here 3 times in the Busch Series. So he also knows how to win on this racetrack.
His first career Busch win was right here at Dover. One of the very first Busch races he ever ran. He finished 3rd here in Ted Conger's Busch car back in the early 90s.
We're hearing from NASCAR. Kelly Sutton was released from the infield care center, so good news for that team. Obviously bad news for her being out of the race right now.
Yeah, that was uncalled for.
Here comes Kyle Busch. That's a battle for the 15th spot. Carl Edwards, we want to check his progress. He restarted in 10th. He's already up to the 8th position. These guys are passing some trucks.
They're moving forward. They know that their time is running out with 31 laps to go. They're clicking these laps off in about 23 seconds, 22, 23 seconds.
That would be very, very fast.
Well, 24 seconds. I'm looking at the monitor now going, wait a minute, they can't go that fast. 24 seconds, so under half a second or half a minute a lap, so they're going quick.
You know, it looks like the 2 tires on David Rudiman may have really agreed with his truck. It looks to be as strong as it's been this entire race.
And I guarantee you there's a lot of Busch Series crew chiefs and a lot of Cup crew chiefs standing down there watching this move that Jason Overstreet, Bobby Kennedy, and Darrell's guys made, putting 2 tires on David's truck, saying, might need to put that in the memory bank and pull that out on Sunday afternoon sometime when I need a little track position.
Right behind David Rudiman is the 30 of Todd Bodine. Pit strategy bit them a week ago. Maybe they're going to have a better finish tonight. Ray?
Well, Rick, what I can't believe is how many guys on the radio are saying that their trucks are really, really loose. You know, Phil alluded to at the top of the show about how tight this track is. I think everybody knew it was going to get tight, so they've made a lot of adjustments. Rudimann's truck was terrible loose. Todd Bodine's truck was terrible loose. He was sliding his right front real bad. All of these guys making major adjustments on this last round of pit stops to try to tighten these trucks up. Very odd to hear that here at Dover.
It certainly is.
Oh, we're hearing bad news for Kyle Busch again. The hood pin is out again on that truck.
I cannot believe that they didn't take the time to put a little tape on that hood pin. Obviously, the pin itself, not the keeper, was not screwed down. There's not enough pressure holding that hood pin in. Let's make sure that it is the hood pin and not just the lanyard that holds it. That's an added hood. That's the old hood pin. He's got another hood pin. Instead of grabbing that one, they put another hood pin in the hole there, so he's fine.
That's deceiving. I'm guessing right now when somebody on the radio said, hey, look at Kyle Busch's hood, he's yelling, it's a hood pin. I've got a hood pin in there.
I would say it was one of the guys that Kyle Busch passed for position. He's like, hey, man, he went by me, but he's got his hood pin out. Get him back on pit road.
Here's Carl Edwards trying to go by Ron Hornaday Jr.
That's a battle for the 7th position. Carl's got a great run going right now. Let's see if he's going to run out of time. We've got 25 laps to go. He's already up to 7th.
Can't happen.
You're confident, but I don't know. I think you might waver in your confidence here pretty soon. How about the rookie Eric Almirola running very well, 6th right now in this field?
You know, it's so difficult to me for a driver to come to Dover for the very first time and run as well as Eric Almirola is right now. In the 6th position, he's been a very quiet, steady 6th. Dave McCarty has a good setup under that truck. He's got a mirror full of Carl Edwards right now. Carl, as good as his truck is probably going to get by Eric, but if he could hang in there and get a top 10 finish, that would be almost like a victory for the first time here.
You have to really get it. You got to understand these vehicles to run well at Dover the first time you've ever been here. A guy that does that can run good anywhere.
Well, Mark Martin is out in front. His teammate Carl Edwards is in 7th. Can Carl catch Mark Martin? We'll be right back to find out.
Was the fastest truck on the racetrack that time by about 1/10 of a second and a half over Mark Martin, but we've only got 20 laps to go. Michael, he's not going to have enough time unless he gets some help. He needs a caution flag and close his field up, erase that 5-second deficit, and then maybe he'll have a shot at it, but he'll have to get by some trucks quick. Hey, Mark Martin is one of the greatest drivers we've ever seen in NASCAR. Take a look at this list right here. These are all-time wins in the 3 major series of NASCAR: the Nextel Cup Series, the Busch Series, and the Craftsman Truck Series. And look at some of the names on this list. We've got Richard Petty, 200 Cup wins.
Impressive.
David Pearson, 105 Cup wins and a Busch win. There's Darrell Waltrip with 97. Dale Earnhardt Sr. with 97. Bobby Allison with 86. With one more win, Mark joins the top 5 in that such elusive category. Will tie Bobby Allison for all-time wins in the 3 major series of NASCAR. What a tremendous champion we've had in Mark Martin.
Just think if you throw in a few IROC races that he's won over the years.
Yeah.
I mean, he wins IROC every time he straps in.
The guy can win. Krista?
Well, more on the numbers game, and this is a stat just for Michael Waltrip. We dug this one up special. Mark Martin at Dover, he has 5 Dover wins, 4 in Cup. Now 3 came in a row, 97, 98, 99, so that means we needed 2, right? Well, how about 2 as in every other year? He won here in 04, so only makes sense that he would win in 06. Oh, by the way, he also has a Busch win here as well. That's not a 3-2-10, guys, but that's pretty darn close.
That's, of course, referring to the fact that you can go to Aaron's and rent stuff really cheap.
Is that what it was? Kyle Busch trying to make it by David Starr in the number 11. That's Kyle Busch on the inside, the 51. David Starr in the 11 on the outside.
That's the 13th position right now. Remember, we speculated that maybe Kyle could get back to the top 10. We didn't think he had a shot at getting back to this win because they had to restart this race in the 18th position. Carl Edwards right now still mired back in 6th. Johnny Benson is the next guy in his hit list. He's about 0.4 of a second in front of him, so he will be on Johnny Benson very, very soon.
A year ago, the fall Atlanta race, we talked about, and obviously a different track, but Kyle Busch came in with like 7 laps to go in the race, and he came out 8th or 9th and was able to pass all those trucks and win this race, win that race.
There goes Carl right there by Johnny Benson. He's up into the top 5. But remember, most of these teams will not have any tires left. Remember, they've already used their allotment. They only get 4 sets of tires for the weekend. They will wear out a set in practice, and they will have already put tires on twice during this race. There's a good battle here. There's Todd Bodine looking for a way around the second place truck of David Rudiman.
And
Tundras.
that's just showing you the difference in strategy, philosophy. When David's on the bottom, Todd went to the top, trying to get an angle at him and get a run on him.
There's Kyle Busch trying to get by another spot. There's the 10 of Terry Cook. That's a battle for the 12th position, Rick, right there.
Side by side continuing for Terry Cook and Kyle Busch. Busch trying to take the position away. He'll do it. David Starr will follow right behind him. So they're side by side. Again, that is a battle for the 13th, 12th, and 13th positions. Mark Martin, David Rudiman, Todd Bodine, Mike Bliss, and Carl Edwards has broken into the top 5 as we close in on 10 laps. Edwards has closed the gap. He's within 3 seconds of Mark Martin. Does he have enough time to catch him?
He's consistently. There's the 17 truck right there, David Rudiman. He's second. The 30 Lumber Liquidators Toyota of Todd Bodine is third. Mike Bliss, the IWX Chevrolet, is fourth. You see him right there, the red truck, and that's right behind him, Carl Edwards, the 99 truck.
Skinner's got a problem.
Smoke coming out of the number 5, Mike Skinner. We have 11 laps to go.
He's got a left front tires flat.
Caution has not come out. We stay green.
10 to go. There'll be no more Aaron's lucky dogs in this race.
Currently 18 trucks on the lead lap. Bobby East, the lowest scored of those lead lap trucks.
NASCAR's looking real hard at the racetrack to make sure that Mike Skinner, there goes a battle for the 4th position. Here comes Carl Edwards in 4th.
And look at him. He dives in on the bottom and slides up the hill, and then just drives off the corner. He's got his sights on 2nd and 3rd right ahead
there.
of him.
They're right there. He needs to get by these 2 trucks, catch a caution, then he'll be right on Mark Martin's bumper.
There he is high again as he goes through turn number 2. Now he goes to the inside of Todd Bodine. Here he goes, trying to take away 3rd.
Carl Edwards is a man on a mission right now. He's trying to overcome some poor pit work. He lost several positions on pit road. He's battling with Todd Bodine right now, side by side. He's got Todd blocked in behind Aaron Crocker. He's going to get to 3rd spot.
And Todd's going to lose 3rd. Bliss dives on the inside and keeps Todd trapped behind Crocker.
Carl Edwards now has to get by David Rudiman. We only have 7 laps of racing to go when they go by the finish line.
Rear, maybe.
That sounded like Carl Edwards saying that he had a low right rear.
That was definitely Carl Edwards right there. He said he thought he had a low right rear tire.
It looked like he made a little bit of contact with Todd Bodine when they were racing for that 3rd spot, excuse me. Can't tell any evidence of it there, can we,
He's
Bill?
still running hard.
He's trying to ride it out to make sure to see if he has that black tire. Here he looks to the outside of Rudiman.
Rudiman's on the inside of a lap truck.
Carl
Trying to put
Edwards.
the block on. Here comes Bliss.
7. Here comes Mike Bliss trying to take the position away from Carl Edwards. Edwards still on the high line. Will try to get by the 17 of David Rudiman. But Edwards has to fall behind the 07 of Kevin LePage. He's not able to get by. There he goes. He makes the pass. And now Carl Edwards moves up into 2nd.
Here comes Todd Bodine, looks to the inside of the Mike Bliss in the 16 truck.
And here comes Benson. That's what timing's all about. His timing got messed up on the 07. Lost all kinds of ground to the 2nd and 3rd place truck.
I thought we said you couldn't run 3 wide here. Carl Edwards made that pass through the middle of a 3 wide situation.
With 5 to go, these guys can do anything. Tough trucks, tough cats, crazy guys, I think.
While all this was going on, Mark Martin has put 4 seconds between himself and Carl Edwards now. Mark Martin just picking his way through the slower lap traffic, and it looks as though unless a caution comes out, Mark Martin could walk away with this.
Wow, but if a caution comes out, I'm going to be wrong because Carl Edwards is going to win. But Mark's still pretty fast. He and Carl ran basically the same lap time that time by.
Obviously, Carl Edwards has felt out his situation. We know now he doesn't have a flat tire, but he's going to run out of time. We've got 4 laps to go, and Carl is about 4 seconds behind him.
Who's the cat in the hat pulling for right now? Is it Mark Martin, his veteran driver, on the way out of the Cup Series and into the Truck Series? Or is it Carl Edwards, who's made his way through the field into 2nd?
There's Kyle Busch. He makes his way by the 75 of Eric Almirola. That puts him into the 10th spot. Now Eric Almirola at 75 is 11th. He's battling side by side with the 11 truck of David Starr. He loses another spot. That puts David Starr up to 11th and Eric Almirola back to 12th. 2 laps to go.
Mark Martin picking off the slower lap traffic. That's Steve Park. He just put another lap down. And so Mark Martin on cruise control as he goes down the back stretch. This next time by, he will see the white flag. 1 mile to go for Mark Martin at Dover.
And this will be another one of the racetracks like California that Mark Martin has won in all 3 of the major divisions of NASCAR. Nextel Cup, Busch Series, and Truck Series. He did it again.
Mark Martin in the Scotts, number 6 Ford, works his way down the backstretch. Carl Edwards, his closest competitor, 3.5 seconds back. Mark Martin works through 3 and 4. He's won 4 times in the Cup Series at this track. Once in the Busch Series, and now Mark Martin wins in the Truck Series at Dover.
I didn't really run it there with that piece.
Race for third, 4th, 5th.
Ruderman lost 2 spots on the last lap. Those guys just got him pinched down to the bottom, but still a great